Good morning. Welcome to the breakfast show. Do apology for the slight delay. As many of you have seen, last Friday we did have a little bit of pullback in the Dow Jones, but our market continuing to have a little bit of hope on Friday, but this morning there's no follow through in the market. So every time when we see the market try to approach the higher resistance, there's a bit of selling coming in. So let's take a look at what we have for you this morning in here. And thank you for coming, and thank you for sharing this live Facebook in your timeline that more people can enjoy in here. So let's take a look at what we have for you this morning, and definitely switching to a wider chart here. Let me just switch to this wider chart, and you could see, let me just get here, and we have the TikTok handler that you can follow me to on the boost on the trade VSA in here. So let's see where we are in today. So far we have seen the KLCI really and turning red pentagon in here. I'm going to show you that on the bigger chart, but let me just look at one thing in here. This the KLCI has turned green pentagon, so let's take a look on top of me here and switching to a 1 month chart here. So you can see on top of me it's already just moving it to this side here, and maybe I just try to switch it to a wider chart, but you will have a little bit of I'll just go back to this chart here. So you could see the KLCI really having some difficulty testing the 1400 in here. So just on top of me in here, and no doubt the resistance is 1380, but I feel that, let me just try to do this first and going to, right, and all right, that's better. Switching to this chart here, so we got it sync. So you can see from this chart the KLCI in here, no doubt looking more of a sideways movement. You can see really much from in here, but we do have a strong spring that is a possibly sign of strength likely to come up, but it's still a green pentagon, right, a blue trend zone, so market still looking upwards, not much of a movement in here. So let's see how the prevailing stocks in the coming days will be this week in here. For our more advanced SmartRobie user can use the ST2 intraday, but for beginner, for this purpose we want to stick to the Robie FA fundamental list in here. So some of the past winner that we've seen generally has been focused on the penny stock. So the focus for today will be Excel Force, which had clocked 39% with the green pentagon since then. This was the June 14. So you can see from the green pentagon around 35 cents, it's really shot up to 49 cents here. 35 cents to 39 cents in here. So some of these stocks, if you do notice on the background, the left hand side here, you will see a couple of spring and tests, right? But if the market were able to take out this upthrust bar here that you see 1, 2, 3, right, that shows the market is ready to move higher. So that's why we tell many of our advanced students, watch out for the UT, because should the market take out the upthrust, that's shown that this market has a lot of oomph to go higher, like we've seen up in this chart here, right? So that's the kind of VSA setup that you want to be looking at, the ideal setup in here. All right, VSA 360 is one and part of a feature. Now, one of the unique proposal of Green Pentagon is the up signal and down signal that we've been using. So we also want many of our SmartRobie users to utilize this, and that's what we want to talk about this morning, about the Pentagon Guider alert that you can set up in the early in the morning, so you can check your notification in the morning and night. So any stocks that you're looking at, if you wanted to have a green pentagon, check the alert. And one of the ways to do it is to go to the investment tab menu, create a watch list and add stocks. You can actually add for the respective 4 exchange in here, but for today's example we're just going to be showing you the KLSCI here. So once you add it in there, and if you do get any of the green pentagon or red Pentagon. So it is automatically assigned to you to, if you choose a certain stock A, B, C. If there's a green Pentagon or it's a red Pentagon, it will come out on the watch list, and keep an eye for the blue cell. All right, so the blue cell will show you that you actually have a Pentagon in here, and from then onwards you select the exchange, in this case the KLCI, then the stock list. You can scroll and you can add it in. So that's how simple it is to add the alert in here. If not adding up the alert, I think you should. That will be putting you in advantages to know when the stock's coming and alert you or not. Right, so once you have the up or down red Pentagon in here, the green and the red down Pentagon, it will be shown here. You can see here, and of course once you lock in, right at the bottom second on left, when you see icon with a blue one, that means you got Pentagon alert. It could be a red, it could be a green. Just want to show you on mine up here. I go back to the front here. So in my case, let me just switch to a wider chart here. You could see on my chart there isn't any alert. So once you have it, you'll see the blue one in here, and should you go in the investment here and just check out your investment, go to your watch list, and if you see any of the green Pentagon, right, that's green Pentagon triggered and the red Pentagon triggered. Also, you will also have your notification. Set it up with notification. Make use of your mobile phone notification. At least you know, hey, the stocks that I have has already turned red Pentagon. What am I going to do with it? Set it up this way. All right. And it's freebie. Okay, it's free for all our newbie friends in here. So ensure you enable your alert notification in your mobile phone. And now to take note, the Pentagon alert will only stay for 1 day, so make sure you check in the morning and in the afternoon too. Okay, so let's take a look at the KLCI green Pentagon in here, and it's still holding up at 1380. Let me just switch to the wider chart here. So going to green Pentagon and here. So right, so switching to a 1 month chart. So you can see on the left hand side, it's pretty much what you see right now in here. It is forming a lot of sign of strength at 1380. So that's to me a very positive thing. So should the market able to go higher, this is where likely it would go up. Right, that's one of the things we are looking for in here. But foreign fund is the reason why this market could go up. There's still a lot of foreign funds selling in here. You can check it out on the chart in tradevsa.com or on the VSA 360. The railway track or the trend is still heading down. You can see this 2 moving average in here, so that's still pointing downwards. Not until we see a retest to 1380, 1390, then we'll see this market has some sort of chance going higher in here, right? But likely right now we have strength, reaccumulation is coming in here, so it just usually will take about maybe in the month another 2 or 3 weeks before the market move higher here. Now on our more highly leading indicator, which is the FKLI futures, it is still below 1400 level, and if you can see from here, the trend just above me, just switching to a wider chart here, still pointing to downtrend. Yes, it is still pointing to downtrend. You can notice it is still red Pentagon, and we are getting lower low. So a lot of the low are actually marking lower. Why we see this? If you look from here, this low is lower than this low. This high, right, is still lower than this high, right? And that marks the market continue to move downwards in here. Red Pentagon and resistance right now is at 1390, right? 1390. The railway track has already crossed downwards in here, still pointing downwards, and it did broke through the ATR stop loss just short of the 140 level. Right now the market has broke through in here, and as I said before, it's almost unchanged from last Monday. What we see in here is almost unchanged from last Monday in here. And we can also look at stage 2 shares right now, right? Where are some of the stage 2 shares? So let's check it out in here. So I'll just switch to a wider chart. So stage 2 shares, these are the shares that already move up. Pet Duck is the stage 2 share. We can click one more time. All right, there is 10 of them. Press metal is up 6.8% with the Green Pentagon on 14th of June. You can see D&O up 7% since the 7th of June. These are some of the stocks as well. MFCB is in Green Pentagon, which is 16th of June here. KGB, right, it's up there. LC Titan, right, 8.5%. OSK 2%. JF Tech was the one that we actually previously saw. Let's take a look at JF Tech 0149, which is still an uptrend move. Let's take a look at this morning. Right, and you can see this is a JF Tech. This is interesting to see why the chart has 2 bar. Okay, we definitely got to check out the tail of this bar and find out why. So this chart, you can see from here, it's still in a nice uptrend in here, and from the Green Pentagon at 76 cents continue to move up. But this morning, let's take a look at the price for JF Tech. It is doing it's down 1.5%, down 1.5% compared where it is, and it's lot of volume. So lots of volume is moving up in this. This is also one of the shares I've talked about previously in the some of my previous breakfast show. So check it out in there. So that is the some of the stage 2. So stage 2 shares are those shares are still moving up in stage 2, but remember they can turn anytime. So watch out for the red Pentagon. Watch out for the Pentagon for ST2 shares in here. Continuation of uptrend. Now let's focus next is on the hot sector. All right. So hot sectors, what is hot right now, you can see on the left hand side of my screen, is still technology, right? The KLSE hasn't moved much yet, but the technology is the one that's really pushing this market in here. And of course, the point of the hot sector is that they are sorted out we take the top 5 sectors in here, and generally we want to look for either the first, second and third. So right now today, because the other sectors construction may not be strong, because overall we have to see the KLSE. The KLSE hasn't moved up, so we have to take the first stronger sector, which is technology here, and you can click on that one, right? Or you can log into the not this one here. You can go back to previously the sector. You can see real Bursa sector analysis chart here. So you can see from here technology is the strongest, second, followed by the I think Translogic, and you can go beyond 5 here by looking at the chart. That's REITs, and the worst performer will still be healthcare after the result that came out from Top Gloves last Friday was pretty bad, and the market continued to go downwards from here. All right. Last week we have some of these stocks. 12th of June we were looking at technology stocks. So you can see from here technology stock, JHM 2.5% in here. Some of these Kuskapi, Infotech, DNEC, MYEG. Genentech has not turned yet. That's why it's still red Pentagon. Let's take a look at JHM. So we can click on technology. This is for this week, but we can look at JHM. Okay, and we'll look at the chart. So you can see it's coming from a very low base in here. Risk to reward is kind of low in here. You can see 6 months. It's sort of been range bound in here for JHM. Right now you got the resistance at 80 cents. And again, as I talk about in here, this upthrust that you see here, right? If the market can overtake this upthrust, right, that means the uptrend can be sustainable. So right now it's a pullback in here. It's all going to depend on what's going to be happening on the US side in here. Thank you for coming. Migu, and also Waiming. Good morning. All right, so let's so check out the hot sectors, and you need to be a bit more, how do I say, a bit picky with this kind of market. Not much of a trend here. Okay. Last week we talked about 12th of June. We talked about a couple of stocks. Red Tone, MBMB. These are the Robie FA stocks. All right, that is hot sectors in here. And let's take a look. So you can see last week Red Tone. All right, you can see what is the kind of fundamental Red Tone has. Right, and look at the stock fundamentals. So you have here, which is rated 5 out of 8. Pays a 2.6% dividend, ROE 22 times, PE of 9 times in here. Okay, so you can see from here, the trading view, Red Tone undervalued stocks in here. So, the Sultan of Johor has red tone. Maybe that's why. So this was the chart that we have last week here. You can see pops up to 70 cents and then did hit higher. All right, but you can see the upthrust. These are the technical side upthrust. The market need to overtake this in order to go higher. But right now, trend is still pointing upwards for red tone, which is in the communication side. Yeah. The other one is MBMR. MBMR is, again, we all know this is a Perodua stocks, and looking at stock fundamentals, they manufacture Perodua, and you can see rated 4 out of 8, so that's pretty good. PE of 5, so it's really mind-blowing. Why would this stock be such a low price PE, with the ROE of 13 times. The sector average is about 14, so just slightly there, but the dividend is 12% in here. All right, 12% dividend. And top 3 shareholder is Matt Mudika, Mara, and public nominees. So this is a lot on the EPF side on here. All right, so you can see last week and then this week still at the same spot in here. And we all know automotive, one that done very well was B Auto, but B Auto, maybe they have some sort of institutional support going from there onwards. Okay, you can subscribe to our daily newsletter to also find out more for our Robie FA trade idea. Okay, check out the Robie FA list if you have time in here, and that's the one, Robie FA collection. Okay, so this is the SK Press. So for today, 19th of June, we'll look at SK Press and Gambunda. These are the two stocks. So SK Press, we hit 7155 on top one. Then we go to stock fundamentals. And you can see SK Press pays a 5% dividend. Okay, pay a 5% dividend. If you want to know more about country, click on SK Press. Other than that, you can see PE is about 11 times with a sector average of 24, ROE of 16, sector average of 9% in here, dividend of 5%. So you can see this is actually a very good low to risk reward coming up from a very low base in here. It might hit 160, but again, this is again industrial product. We have seen the sector for the industrial product is not excitingly very high lah. So it could be still on a downtrend market, but so you have to be very careful. Should the market break back to this level here, which I'm not too sure. So let me just open up the chart for SK Press, and I'm able to tell you what is this level in here. So go on that one, and you can see it's about $1. Okay, you can see $1 here. Switch to 1 month chart, and here about 99 cents, $1. That will be the area I'll have to be careful in here. So I may collect a decent dividend here, something like around the 5%, which is above the sector average. All right, next one is Gambunda. We all know Gambunda. Right now there's a construction ongoing in here. Governments are trying to spur with the reopening in here, and we all know the high-speed railway is still back in talk, and that's why Gambunda is holding this level here. Would be one of the prospect of winning some sort of project in the high-speed railway, and also the East Coast Railway link, which is still, I believe, is still ongoing. That one. Livestock prices. All right, you can see this morning is down 0.5% here, and you can look from here onwards. It's because the market pops back down at 42.5 cents, and it's still Green Pentagon, right? So let's look at the fundamentals. You have here paying a 10% dividend for Gambunda, while the sector average is 22, and it's 11 billion, kind of big company too. Yeah, big company, big market cap here. All right, so for this week, the hot sectors is still going to be focused on the technology sectors. Be a bit picky in here. Do choose those with the so-called large cap one in here, because markets haven't been that steady. I know IFCA MSC has come back again. A lot of these shares, SMRT, are coming back here, but these are all goreng shares. You want to buy those, good support. I do think Great Tech being one of them, which has fallen a fair bit. Let's check out the livestock prices. You can see they're coming off from a very low base, but notice this upthrust will be the resistance. So right now the market is still hovering in here, but from a risk to reward, you can see it's a pretty low risk from where we are coming from. All right, so technology will still be the pick. So in summary, the KLCI has broken down in here. Right now it's Green Pentagon. At best it's going to be sideways, which I've already explained to y'all all in here. And so hang around, stick to those Robie FA lists to collect the dividend. That will be the best. Some dividend stocks inside there. Be a bit picky in here. With overall, if you have any question, do pencil in there. I'm happy to answer you. Okay. And right now our latest release insider, and sign up for our newsletter, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you don't miss any, and also our TikTok channel in here. All right, with our new VSA and good review in here, we hope that many of you would benefit from the SmartRobie Pentagon Guider in here. And if you have any stocks that you want to look at, you can also download it from the Google and Apple Play Store. Let me know. Any stocks that you want me to look at, do pencil those in. I'm happy to give you my comment, but usually most of our very efficient members can, and as well as Rod Maurice, are able to handle it. If not, don't forget to subscribe to our Telegram newsletter for all our free stock market information in here. With that, I bid you a very good morning in here. By the way, this Wednesday, I'll be traveling a bit, so there won't be any live Facebook on Wednesday. There won't be any live Facebook on Wednesday. I'll be traveling in there. So I will see you. And also this Friday breakfast show will be cancelled too. So Wednesday and Friday breakfast show will be cancelled too. And apologize for that one. I'll try to catch up with you guys later through our internal training that we have. So if not, I'll see you next week. Okay? Without, thank you very much. Bye bye.